This morning, Melody and I are at the Long Pine Key Campground in Everglades National Park. Let me show you around. Right off of Florida City, you'll find the Long Pine Key Campground located just after the Visitor Center as you enter the park. Long Pine Key Campground is one of 2 campgrounds in Everglades National Park. I'll be showing you the best campsites. Let's get to it. This is a beautiful campground. They have the camping loops labeled. This is loop A, 1 through 3, down this way. I'm only going to show you the best campsites. Let's get to it. There are no electric hookups in this campground. The campground is infamous for very short campsites. It's an older campground and wasn't designed for big campers, but my purpose today is to go through and hand select sites that will accommodate a larger rig. You're looking at one of the restrooms in Long Pine Key Campground. There are flush toilets and sinks in here. There is a dishwashing station at this restroom. And let me show you what it looks like inside. Got a couple sinks with mirrors, a urinal, and flush toilet, no shower. Just to illustrate, that's campsite number 2, very short campsite, folks. And there's the fire pit down there. And that Class A just barely squeezes in campsite 3. I found one site in Loop B. It's right off to my left here. This is going to be campsite 4. Still not big enough for my 5th wheel because there would be no place to park the tow vehicle. But this is one of the larger campsites here, and you don't have a tree obstruction right at the rear of the site, so you could bring your wheels on your camper clear back to the edge of the pavement. There's no overhead obstructions there. Campsite 4, if you have a medium-sized to small camper, that's a site that will go down in the book for you. Campsite 4. Let's take a look at Loop C, sites 9 through 15. Well, there's not a single site I can recommend in this loop. This is site 15, very short site. And pretty much it's the same thing for site 14. There's site 14, which is a little bit better, but still, unless you have a small camping configuration, many of these sites are not going to work for you. This is on the outer campground loop. This is site 100. That's a small Geo Pro. You can see there you have no room for your tow vehicle. Well, I have to say, folks, this is a first for me. I've never run into a campground with this many short sites. I have not run into a site yet, this is site 18, that will accommodate my 5th wheel. And you can see A-liner's not very big. You barely have enough room to get your tow vehicle in there. Let's continue to scout this campground. I'm continuing to scout the Long Pine Key Campground here in Everglades National Park, and I found a separate shower house. It's off to my left here. You have 4 different independent showers in that shower house. And you have another 4 showers on the other side of the building for a total of 8 showers. Let's take a look at one. You have a seat in here, and there's your shower, and you also have hot water. Hey, if you have a casita, you're good to hook. That's site 94. So this is the first site that I've come across that can accommodate a larger rig. You'll have to watch if you have slide outs, but this is campsite 31. Your rig would be parallel with the road, and this is that's your seating area, your campfire ring right there. But this site is, like, I would say, at least double as long as some of these other sites. See how short site 30 is? But I believe I could make site 31 work for my fifth wheel if I came clear over, brought my tires clear over against the edge of the asphalt. That site is long enough for both my tow vehicle and my fifth wheel. So site 31 going down in the book for you folks. And I'll tell you, this is a big campground. I've walked a lot of sites. This one was hidden right in the middle of one of the loops. Site 31 going down the book. Site 31 is an F loop, and you can see site 31 off to your left. Here's another half moon site that's parallel with the road, site number 44 going down the book for you. And here's a little bit better look of the seating area in site number 44. Site number 41 is another half moon site that's parallel with the road. You can get a little bit larger camping configuration in that site. You got to remember, if you have slides, you got to make sure those slides don't come out into the roadway where you're going to get hit. Site number 41 going down the book. And because the pickings are slim, here's another view of site number 41 in your seating area. And site number 41 is adjacent to yet another shower house with 8 showers. Site 41 was an H loop. There's the shower house, and site 41 is right off to your right. They do have a tent-only loop, that's I loop. Site number 51 is another half moon site that runs parallel with the camping loop. Site 51 going down the book. I found another 2 sites that run parallel with the road. Looks like this is going to be site 61 off to your right. And then, is that site 69? Let's take a closer look here. What site is this? Oh, that's site 60. You got to get oriented right. Site number 60 is another pull through. Let me stand back and give you a better look. So site 59 is off to your left, coming into this camping loop from the main loop that skirts the entire campground. This is site 60 off to my right. A little bit longer site in my opinion. You can get your rig level on that site. Site number 60 going down the book for you. And then site 59 is a little bit shorter site, but it also runs parallel, so you can get a little bit larger vehicle in there. And these half moon sites do make a difference, folks. I'm going to show you here. This is a typical site, site 58. I mean, you'd be lucky to get a casita in there. And with not much room, if any, to put your tow vehicle. So, yeah, very tight quarters as far as where to put your camping configuration in this campground. Let's continue looking for suitable campsites. So one of the better campsites here, folks, site 56. Site 56 is off to your right, that half moon site, going down the book. And site 56 is off to your right there as soon as you pull in the K-loop. This truly is an aesthetically beautiful campground. The amphitheater's down this way, and it's right along a lake. Let me take you down there. There have been some administrative changes regarding who administers the 2 campgrounds here in Everglades National Park. As we speak, Flamingo Adventures, a private concessionaire, is where you'll book these campgrounds. They will give you a discount. It is not the traditional 50% discount. that you receive on many federal properties if you have the America Beautiful or Access Pass or Senior Passes. But they do give a 10% discount if you have one of those passes that I just mentioned. So you can go to flamingoeverglades.com. That's where you'll make your online reservations. When I was here before, you could make, years ago, you could make reservations on recreation.gov, but that's no longer the case. Some of you may not know this, and so that's why I have this in the video. Just my personal preference. I really wish the federal government would not assign these campgrounds to concessionaires. I think they're much better managed, and you get the full 50% discount usually if the National Park Service or U.S. Forest Service actually administers the campground. It drives the cost up when you have a concessionaire run the campground, and you'll find that out when you take a look at the price structure when you go to make your reservations. But still, it's the only game in town if you want to visit Everglades National Park and stay within the park. This is the lake at the amphitheater. It is beautiful, it truly is. Just take that in for a minute. And they do have activities scheduled where a ranger will come in and give talks here at the amphitheater. And they do sell ice at the entrance station to the Long Pine Key Campground. As you exit the Long Pine Key Campground, you'll find a dump station and potable water fill station. When you pull into the dump station, you'll find the dump off to your left. The fresh water fill is just up the road. Here's the fresh water fill station. The fresh water fill does work, and it does have threads. From Long Pine Key Campground in Everglades National Park, I think I'm going to leave it here. I'll have the upload and download speeds for Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile in the written video description on YouTube. If you like these videos, like and subscribe, and I'll see you down the road.